Good to see you.
Still got one more coming, we know for sure, but we're going to make it smart with the things. All right, Mr. Wilson, now careful over there.
That's how I am, excuse me.
Of course, Casey called me a few weeks ago and said, would you do this? She said October 1st. I didn't know when October 1st was. I had no idea it was on Friday night. Just, here we are. And I really enjoy doing these things. We do a lot of it. It's something I think is very valuable to us, as well as hopefully it'll be valuable to you. I'd like to introduce Robert McDaniel, and you all met him. He's going to be helping us tonight. He'll probably jump in at various times and talk about some things. We're going to have dinner at some point, so it's going to be a session. When I talked to the Mayor Casey and Judy earlier this week, one of the things that brought up is the fact we want to get into a big picture vote. We don't want to be thinking about, the pothole over on Robert Lee and these big things. We want to talk about what's going on, like in Lee County, all over, and how big, and how that affects Leesburg. And you get this great school system out there. Great school system out there. You've got a lot of assets. But we want you to start thinking with the big picture. And one of the things that came up, and I went back to your comp plan, which was written in 2007, and that was the vision statement. Each of you got these there close, you can't read them up here. And I just told Judy, I said, I'm not real pleased with the vision statement, even though it's my staff that helped y'all put this together, because it's kind of disjointed a little bit. I think it's got the things in there that you're interested in, but does it really give you a vision? Does that really define what you all are looking for? That give you a visual image of what you're thinking about for Leesburg? And I think there's a lot of things in there. And I think maybe that'd be part of the problem, that we'll get a little bit too much. So it could come down to almost being objective as opposed to being a vision statement. But is this still valid? Does this still make sense to you, Jim?
Yeah, it's all true, yes.
Yeah. It's all true. Would Jay do anything right now?
Not right this minute, no.
Yeah.
Not yet, I mean,
First time you've seen this, Ron? First time you've seen it? Yeah. We'll give you a little bit of time to digest it. What about you, Mr. Wilson? What do you think about it?
Oh yeah, I'm agreeing with Jim with that. And it'll take some time, but like you say, broader vision, think out of the box and what. And I think this Leesburg really got a future. School out there, throw it down the RV Lee and
You got some things that need to be done yet, but you got, this town's got to work. What about you? What do you think?
I like it. I think it says a lot of where we are and where we're going. It's unlike what you said. I think it needs to be tweaked. I mean, just the word, just how it's.
Doesn't flow, does it? It's not.
Right. It's got all the parts, but it's got to flow.
Yeah. And
That's what we have.
that's something we can work on, I think, and without too much trouble. Sydney, it just doesn't flow quite right, but it does cover all of the things that you all are truly interested in.
I like the word that grits me the most as far as what needs to change is adequate. I think we need to be above standard and above adequate for providing vegetation on, making our community. I think we need to be above adequate. I really do.
Okay.
I don't like the word adequate.
I'm saying, and adequate means you just get by.
Yes,
Really,
exactly.
is what you're saying, and you want to really look at
If you're in a vision, you need to be looking past adequate.
Okay. Would you agree with that, Jim?
yeah. Well, but this is Lake County statement. Do we have one?
The comp plan is that comes in there, Lee County, Leesburg, and Smithfield. So there's one vision statement in there. And you may, Jim, that's something I was going to suggest. You all may want to do your own and think through that. We may do that before the end of the session here. So it's just something I think to think about, because you're right. It gets you thinking about the big picture, and from your perspective, I think this one. Okay, but you wouldn't change anything like the natural environment, alternative transportation options or those kind of things. So you wouldn't change anything in there. We've got the basics in there. We just need to get this worded properly and to add it. I think it's a really good point. Okay, that's kind of gets you thinking in that mode, and I think they had you going next, Bob. And I like you. I think most of you, I expect you know Bob too. Okay. Bob Seegers, are you the planning director now?
Director of Planning and Engineering.
Planning and engineering. Okay, I didn't quite know exactly what the title was, but I think I put you down as I didn't have a director of planning, so let's come on, Bob. Let's talk about what you're talking about. And I think what we're looking for here is I'm going to tell you about the project that Lee County's got going and what project directly affect Leesburg and indirectly affect Leesburg. I think you've got some things that are going on around you that need to talk about.
Could I ask you a question? Sure. I know it's down the line, you're probably answering. But I'm hearing from business folks, go in business in Lee County, Leesburg, you have this little, that little, this.
Okay? We're going to get to some things toward the end there, Bob and Larry.
There's almost, sometimes we create walls up for business and that we can't survive without this commercial business.
Yeah. And I think, I did know that Bob one time. I know at one time Bob was working on that, and Alan particularly had been working on that hard, but how Grace has a handle on it here. But Bob particularly, and Alan worked hard on smoothing that process out. And I think they've done a lot, but it may not be completely smoothed out yet, or is it?
What's that?
The process of a business, getting into business in the city.
I think we've done quite a bit to try to smooth that out, but there's still hiccups along the way.
And quite frankly, Mr. Wilson, and just from my experience over the years, okay, if a guy can't open his doors and turn the key and start his business today, and has to, if he has to get a permit or he has to get a business license, some of them will fuss just because they have to get that, but I think the process had gotten rather contentious over the years, and I think you all have tried to change it. And I've heard from some of the businessmen as well saying it's a lot better than it used to be. So we got to balance. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the thing, you got to balance. Whether or not the process is contentious, or whether it's a smooth process, but you're still fulfilling the responsibilities of the city and the county to make sure things are going the way they should. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. When I first came to Lee County, I was asked to put a transportation plan together for Lee County, and that also included Smithville and Leesburg. And let's see. So one of the first things that was being built when I came here was US 19. And the bypass around Smithville, and that was a $50 million project, and that's certainly going to, I think, help divert a lot of traffic once it's finished up north. You see a lot more traffic coming through US 19. We have the Leesburg bypass, which I've got a larger picture of that. But Leesburg bypass right now is in what we call the Doherty Area Regional Transportation Plan, DARTS. And I talked talked to the project engineer on that just last week because they moved the right-of-way schedule back until fiscal year 2012. And it was, the right-of-way acquisition was in 2000.
I'm gonna help Ron out a little bit, okay? I don't think Ron may not know what DARTS is, what they're supposed to be doing. You've got the DART system that you are part of the NPO with Albany DART County. You understand all that? Okay. Just, I want to make sure everybody understands what you're talking about, Rob.
And actually, the part of Lee County that is not currently in the DART system is right along here in Monkey Road. It's a little bit above Leesburg. Is considered part of the DART's project. In fact, in the long-range transportation plan that was just completed, it does show it. The area going up here to where Lumpkin Road is in Pineview. Anyway, getting back to the Leesburg bypass, I talked to the project engineer last week. He says everything's on schedule, and the reason they had to move it back is they really had too ambitious a schedule to begin with. But the main thing is the construction phase, which is in fiscal year 2013, is still in place. They didn't move that back. So when I say fiscal year 2013, that's July of 2012. So that means right around the corner, you're going to see construction out there on this project. The funding is still in place for that to go forward. So that's pretty exciting. And this project right here was a local truck route project, which we just completed, which is Robert B. Lee and Lover's Lane, which I think that's helped resolve some of the traffic issues that we had on Robert B. Lee. I remember that it used to back up quite a distance, and now after every traffic light, just clears all the traffic out there. We have another project that we're currently working on, and I'll pass this got some extra copies of it. I think you've all seen this, but you would pass it out. We've been working with DOT on this. This is downtown US 19 and State Route 32. Where the railroad tracks are. And we've just got the permit back from the DOT, so we can go ahead with it. And we originally had an agreement, it was a verbal agreement, that the Lee County would go ahead and do all the striping, the DOT would do all the signal work, and then y'all would fix the islands up. And one of the things was that DOT wanted a lot of extra work done in the islands that we were originally anticipating. But the reason for that is because of meeting the ADA standards for pedestrian traffic. Even though we don't necessarily have the pedestrian traffic out there yet, this area right here is going to be the focal point of your downtown. So you definitely want to have the best pedestrian, not just adequate, but the best pedestrian design that you can have. And also the beautification of it. These EMC Engineering is designing these islands so that there'll be vegetation in it that certainly will be very attractive. And that part of the presentation will be coming back to you all later on.